You wake up late. That's your first mistake. While you were drooling on your pillow, someone else was already grinding. Somebody already sent 5 emails, finished their workout, planned their day, and locked in a business deal. And you snoozed. Again. That's why you're broke. You want comfort, not power. You'd rather scroll your phone than scroll through investment opportunities. You spend hours watching other people live the life you want, and then you convince yourself they're just lucky. But let me tell you something, luck is the excuse of the lazy. Winners don't wait for luck. They make a plan, they execute, they bleed for it, and they win. You're still talking about what you'll do next year. Let's be brutally honest. You don't want success badly enough. You want it if it's easy. You want it if it doesn't hurt. You want it as long as it doesn't require you to sacrifice your comfort zone. That's not how this works. That's not how anyone wins. The truth is, you're addicted to ease, to distractions, to cheap dopamine hits. TikTok, Netflix, junk food, porn, all of it is engineered to keep you weak. You think you're in control? You're not. You're being farmed. You're being drained. And the worst part, you're volunteering for it. Every time you skip the gym, every time you sleep in, every time you choose temporary pleasure over permanent progress, you're proving to yourself that you don't have what it takes. And the more you do it, the more that voice inside your head, the one that says you're not good enough, not disciplined enough, not smart enough, it gets louder, and eventually, it becomes your reality. And you blame society. You blame your parents. You blame your job, your city, the economy, the government. But deep down you know the truth. You are where you are because of every weak decision you made, and keep making, every single day. You chose this. You want to be rich, but you don't want to do what rich men do. You want the Lamborghini, the mansion, the status, but not the 16-hour days, the rejections, the sleepless nights, the years of invisible work. You want the results, but not the grind. You want the crown, but you're afraid of the battlefield. Here's the hard reality. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not your girlfriend, not the government. If you don't take control, your life will be controlled for you. You'll be another faceless cog in a system designed to keep you poor, weak, and obedient. That's not a conspiracy. That's the business model. They don't want you to rise. They want you numb, distracted, and dependent. Because a man who's strong, focused, and financially free is dangerous. He doesn't comply. He doesn't beg. He decides. And that's why they fear the man who wakes up early, works when others party, and builds when others destroy. The question is, are you that man, or are you still the guy making excuses? Look at your life. Really look. Your bank account, your habits, your health, your social circle. It's all feedback. You are the sum of your actions, not your intentions. Wanting to be successful means nothing if you don't act like someone who deserves success. Rich people don't behave like you. They don't think like you. They don't move like you. That's why they win. Every day is a test, and you fail it when you hit snooze, when you scroll aimlessly, when you let fear stop you. Every day you waste is another brick in the wall you're building around your own potential. And one day you'll look up and realize the prison you're in. You built it. You think time is on your side, that you can wait until you feel ready. Let me break it to you. No one ever feels ready. Readiness is a myth. Winners move regardless of how they feel. Champions act in discomfort. They get up when they don't want to. They train when they're tired. They build when they're broke. They choose pain over regret. And you wait. You wait for motivation. You wait for signs. You wait for opportunities to fall into your lap. Newsflash. No one is going to hand you anything. No one is going to make your life better for you. That's your job. And until you get angry enough, focused enough, and honest enough to admit that, you'll stay broke. You'll stay stuck. You'll stay weak. You think rich people are lucky. No, most of them are obsessed. They don't ask what if. They ask what next. They don't complain. They compete. While you cry over failure, they study it. While you scroll through memes, they scroll through contracts. While you dream, they execute. That's why you're broke, because you're not obsessed. You're not committed. You're not all in. You're just interested, and interested people don't change the world. Obsessed people do. But here's the good news. The switch can flip today. You can become someone else, someone dangerous, someone powerful, not by talking, but by moving, by choosing discipline over comfort, sacrifice over ease, long-term wins over short-term pleasure. You can change. You just have to want it bad enough. But wanting isn't enough. You have to bleed for it. You have to hurt for it. You have to become the kind of man who demands more of himself, because the world sure as hell won't demand it for you. You wake up every day, scrolling your phone, drowning in the distractions designed to keep you weak. The system wants you docile, entertained and broke, and you oblige. Every notification, every mindless swipe, every minute lost to scrolling instead of building, it's all part of the trap, and you don't even see the chains, because they're wrapped in comfort. Tate doesn't sugarcoat it. You are exactly where you deserve to be. Why? Because deep down, you chose this. Not once, every single day. You think you're hustling because you repost a quote, because you watched a motivational clip. No, real hustling is ugly. It's quiet. It's what happens when nobody's watching. It's the grind when your friends are out drinking. It's sacrifice when everyone else is seeking pleasure. You are broke because comfort is your god. You worship weekends. You chase dopamine, not discipline. You want success, but you're allergic to struggle. You want a rich man's life with a poor man's work ethic. And here's the brutal truth. You're replaceable. The world doesn't care how smart you think you are. It rewards execution, not potential. You keep telling yourself you'll start when you're ready. Let Tate break it to you. You'll never feel ready. Readiness is a myth sold to the lazy. Winners act, losers wait. Waiting is what keeps you broke. It's what keeps you average. While you're waiting, someone else is winning. Andrew Tate didn't get rich because he played it safe. He got rich because he outworked, outthought, and outsuffered everyone around him. He made pain his fuel. You run from hard things. He runs toward them. He embraced being hated. He embraced being misunderstood. And that's what you fear the most, judgment. You're broke because your self-worth depends on likes and approval, not results. You're still broke because you don't understand value. Money doesn't chase need, it chases value. What are you offering that's valuable? Are you making people richer, happier, stronger, faster, more informed? Or are you just another consumer, taking, scrolling, complaining? People who produce value win. People who consume endlessly stay broke. That's the economy of reality. Give or starve. Look around. Every man who made it bled for it. They lost sleep. They lost friends. They lost fake comforts. You think Tate cares about a Netflix show, about TikTok trends? No, he built a life so strong that no algorithm could touch it. And that's what you need. An unshakable life. But unshakable lives aren't built on weak habits. They're built in war. Internal war, against your laziness, against your excuses, against your softness. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. Tate says freedom isn't about lying on a beach. It's about owning your time, your choices, your future. You're not free, you're leased. Your boss owns your hours. Your cravings own your focus. Your fears own your decisions. You don't live, you react. You don't move, you wait. You don't build, you hope. And hope is for the broke. Let that sink in. Hope without action is poverty in disguise. You think Tate is arrogant. That's fine. Let the weak call confidence arrogance. But confidence comes from proof, from doing what others won't. That's why he walks with power. That's why his voice shakes you, because he earned it, because he suffered for it. You want that kind of power, then suffer like he did. Not for a week, not for a month, for years. In silence, with grit, because the real battle isn't outside, it's in your habits, your rituals, your mindset. Success is psychological warfare. You lose before you even start because your mind is cluttered. You don't read. You don't think long term. You don't invest in knowledge. You binge noise, not wisdom. You treat your mind like a trash can, then wonder why your life smells like failure. Clean your mind. Starve distractions. Feed discipline. Study winners. Copy their mindset, not their cars, not their flexes, their thinking, their strategy. That's what Tate teaches, not just flashy clips. A way of life, a way of attacking every hour, with violent clarity, not because it feels good, but because the mission matters. And maybe that's your problem. You have no mission, no clear goal, just vibes, just comfort, just consumption. No man becomes powerful without purpose. Tate's mission was always bigger than him. That's why he's unstoppable. That's why they fear him. And you're not feared. You're forgotten, because you live on autopilot, not purpose. Your life can change. Today, not next Monday, not after your birthday. Today, but only if you stop lying to yourself. Stop blaming the system. Stop acting like a victim. Start acting like the man who deserves to win it. Not tomorrow. Now, your bloodline is waiting for you to break the chain. Your future kids are waiting for you to get serious. The world is watching, not your work. Move like you mean it. They sold you comfort. They packaged it in subscriptions, in processed food, in weekend plans that lead nowhere. You think you're free because you can choose your coffee order or scroll whatever app you want. But freedom without purpose is just a prettier version of slavery. Andrew Tate didn't wake up wealthy and powerful. He woke up angry, angry at being lied to, angry at settling, angry at mediocrity. That fire, that relentless rage against average, is what separates winners from watchers. You sit there wondering why money isn't coming to you, why your dreams feel like they're moving in reverse, why no one is handing you an opportunity. That's the problem. You're still waiting for a handout. Winners don't wait. They hunt. They create pressure. They move before they're ready. And they bleed to build something that the world has no choice but to respect. You scroll through clips of men like Tate and think, must be nice, but you ignore the years he spent grinding in silence, the hundreds of nights without validation, the criticism, the pain, the near obsession with pushing himself past every limit. That discipline, it was built when no one was watching. The same silence you fear is where champions are born. Look at your habits. How many hours do you spend on your phone versus building your future? You say you want success, but you don't even run your morning. Your day owns you. The notifications, the noise, the distractions. You're not broke because of money. You're broke because your priorities are bankrupt. Most people want to be rich without becoming someone who deserves wealth. But life doesn't care about your dreams. It rewards discipline, consistency, and courage. That's it. Every moment you hesitate, someone hungrier takes your spot. Every excuse you whisper is a prayer to mediocrity. Tate never asked for balance. He never begged for peace. He built strength out of chaos. You think you need motivation to act. That's weak. He doesn't rely on motivation. He relies on identity. The difference: motivation fades. Identity is permanent. He doesn't need to be pushed because he is the push. You need to stop looking for the next hack or shortcut. You need war. A war against your softness, your fear, your laziness. That war is not external. It's inside you. The weak part of you that wants comfort. It has to die. That's the price. And most of you aren't willing to pay it. Ask yourself, right now, am I doing something today that my future self will be proud of? If the answer is no, then you're not just broke in the wallet. You're broke in spirit. Your time is being stolen by your own inaction. And the worst part, you're letting it happen. Tate didn't just rise because he was strong. He rose because he got sick of being weak. There's a moment in every real man's life when he snaps, when the mirror becomes unbearable, when enough is enough. That moment is the beginning of power. But you can't fake it. You have to feel it in your bones. You have to decide that no matter what, you will never be average again. Stop lying to yourself that you have time. You don't. Every second is rented. You're either making use of it or wasting it. The men at the top, they don't work hard because they're forced to. They work hard because they are possessed by purpose. Purpose isn't a dream. It's a weapon. And if you're not armed with one, this world will chew you up. The reason you're still broke, you're too comfortable being nobody. You haven't suffered enough to wake up, but suffering is coming. Through regret, through lost years, through watching others live the life you were too scared to build. And when that moment comes, it will be brutal, because you'll realize, you could have won, you just didn't fight. You think life is waiting for you to catch up. You think opportunity will come knock on your door while you sleep till noon and scroll through your phone. You think you'll become rich by just thinking about it, visualizing it, manifesting it, without actually doing the brutal, ugly work. That's the problem. You've romanticized success, but you haven't respected the process. Success doesn't come wrapped in motivation or nice words. It comes in the form of sacrifice. It looks like isolation. It looks like rejection. It looks like people laughing at you because they don't believe in your dreams. And the truth is, they shouldn't, because your actions don't match your ambition. Andrew Tate didn't become who he is by hoping. He became who he is by becoming dangerous. Not violent, but focused. Not aggressive, but relentless. That's what's missing from your life, relentlessness. When you're tired, you quit. When it gets boring, you scroll. When it gets hard, you back off. And that's why you're still broke, not just in your bank account, but in your mindset. You've built a comfort zone so big, You call it a lifestyle. You've accepted weakness and called it peace. You've accepted lack and called it fate. You've surrounded yourself with people who applaud your mediocrity because they're scared you might outgrow them. Here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your government, not your boss, not some motivational video. The only person that can save you is the one looking back at you in the mirror. And that man's starving. He's angry. He's tired being small. He's tired.
He's tired of being ignored. He wants to break free.
But you've buried him under years of excuses and laziness. You say you want to be rich. Do you even know what that requires? It requires insanity, the kind of insane discipline that makes you work when no one is watching, the kind of obsession that makes you study your craft when the kind of detachment that lets you walk away from comfort for the sake of legacy. Success is not about dreams. It's about systems. It's about structure. It's about saying no more than yes. It's about becoming so ruthless with your time that people start calling you selfish because you finally decided to choose greatness over.
Oh, look at the ones who made it.
Look at Andrew Tate. You may hate him. You may love him. But what you cannot do is ignore him.
Why?
Because he did what others refused to do. He said what others were scared to say. He showed up when others
disappeared.
He built an apple olive from unapologetic dominance, not media tops, excuses, not fake positivity. You think being broke is just about money. No, being broke is a disease of the mind. It's accepting weakness as identity. It's tolerating failure. It's tolerating failure as personality. It's giving your time to distraction instead of development. If you want to run, then burn your excuses. Delete the apps. Turn off the noise. Wake up early. Go to war with yourself. Because you don't need motivation. You need discipline. You don't need more time. You need more urgency. You don't need comfort.
You need confrontation with your own laziness.
And stop waiting to feel ready. You will never feel ready. No one does. Not even the greats. They just decide. And they over
And over.
without applause, without certainty, without a guarantee. Your bank account reflects your decisions. Your body reflects your habits. Your surroundings reflect you. And if all three, that's not a coincidence. That's you. That's your reflection. Brutal, yes,
But it's real.
and that's the kind of truth that will wake you up. This world is not designed to make you rich. It is designed to keep you distracted, sedated, obedient, and broke. It wants you calm, numb, and scrolling. It wants you quiet, not questioning. It wants you working for someone else. It's not your own. You want freedom. Then become dangerous. Dangerous with your discipline. Dangerous with your time. Dangerous with your skills. Dangerous with your self-respect. Andrew Tate didn't get rich by being average. He got rich by being different, by being bold, by being hated, by being relentless. And that's the final truth you need to hear. If you want to escape this rat race, you must become someone
The world cannot ignore.
So start now, before you're confident, before you have permission, because success doesn't wait. It punishes the slow, and it rewards the relentless.